Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can make the kvCORE dashboard of your dreams. The one thing you have to look at every day to see how your business is doing, and you're going to do it using the kvCORE and Google Sheets sync. It's going to power this dashboard. Super easy to set this up. Let me show you how. So you may be familiar with kvCORE, and there is this business analytics area inside kvCORE, which is super helpful. Absolutely, if this is working for you, keep using it. If you're looking to create some custom reports, some charts, some stuff you specifically are interested in and can't find here, or if you're looking to combine your kvCORE data with YouTube, Google Analytics, even Facebook and Instagram information about how your ads are doing, how your socials are performing, you can do that, and you can push it all into this one dashboard like this. This is from Google Looker Studios. It's previously called Google Data Studio. And what this is a dashboard powered by Google Sheets. So we sync kvCORE to a Google Sheet. It's a real-time sync. Everything you change in kvCORE also is changed in that Google Sheet as you change it. And then we can also pull in some other information. So you can see I'm pulling in stuff from my Google Analytics for my website. I'm pulling in stuff from my YouTube channel, seeing how that's going. And I can push it all into one single dashboard. The single thing I have to check every day. It's going to keep me informed. It's going to help me make better decisions. And if I don't like any of this stuff, I can just go through. It's easy to edit. There's a ton of tutorials on how to use Google Looker Studio. Or you can reach out to us. We know some people who can help you out and customize this so it shows exactly what you need. Let me show you how to get here, how to set this up. It's pretty simple. First, you're going to go to apination.com and you're going to click on Start Syncing. You're going to scroll on down here to K for kvCORE. There it is. Click on that. Once you do that, you can see these are all apps that sync with kvCORE. You can automate them together. That means all the stuff that happens in kvCORE that you want will also happen in this connected app. So if you add a contact in kvCORE, it can also automatically be added to your iPhone or your Google contacts or Dub or .loop. It's great. We're going to do this with Google Sheets. So we're going to set up this sync where kvCORE is sending people out to Google Sheets. You can see there's 3 syncs available. If you want to try something else, definitely come back here and automate some more stuff. But today we're using kvCORE people to Google Sheets. So you click activate. It's going to take you through a few steps to set up. Basically, sign into API Nation. If you don't have an account, go ahead and create one. Or you can sign in using a different account. I'm going to sign in with my Google account. Here we go. Once you sign in, you're going to connect both the apps. So you're just going to hit connect. It's going to have you sign into kvCORE, and then it's going to pass you on to the next app. Similar thing with Google. You're going to hit connect. It's going to say which Google account would you like to connect. Choose the Google account that you're using. Remember which one that is, because you're going to need to find this Google Sheet inside that account's Google Drive. So I've selected my professional account. All right, and then here's a little configuration. Just a few things to note. We're setting up a dashboard, so we want to sync all these contacts on first run. That means I'm going to take everybody who currently exists in kvCORE and anybody in the future, push them into this Google Sheet. If you don't check the box, if you're setting up a Google Sheet for another reason, you can have it sent so only people we add from today, from now on, basically, will go into this Google Sheet. Which might be helpful if you start this right at the beginning of the year. You can say, pay attention starting now, and we'll keep track of all that stuff. Most people just want the data pushed into that Google Sheet, and then in the sheet they can actually set up, little date toggles to say, do I want to see last 7 days, last 14 days, this quarter, whatever. So I would go with sync all contacts on first run, and then you're naming the sheet where all this is going to live. Be sure you name it something you're going to remember so that you can find it easily in your Google Drive. kvCORE data for dashboard. That works for me, something like that. Or I've just gone often with kvCORE contacts. And then you hit subscribe. It's going to create your sync. It's going to say, all right, this is what we've come up with. This is ready to go. If you wanted, there's a bunch of tools in here so you could further filter it, or you don't really need to change mapping for a Google Sheets sync because Google Sheets is super flexible. It's just going to take all the information. kvCORE is going to offer it. This all looks good. You just hit activate this sync. Cool. The sheet is now active. So that's step 1. Syncing kvCORE to Google Sheets. And honestly, that's huge already. Once you've done that, you now have a spreadsheet. If you just want to hop in there and make charts and reports, you could do that also. Spreadsheets are super powerful, super flexible, and now you have one that is a real-time reflection of the work you have in kvCORE. Step 2, if you want to keep going with this dashboard, is to follow the link down in the description to this dashboard template. You're going to see it's going to look like this. Maybe the bars and the numbers will change by then, but this is what it'll look like initially. And you're going to hit these 3 dots up in the corner and say make a copy. And that's basically going to say, hey, I like that dashboard that's set up that somebody shared with me. I want a copy of my own. And I'm going to put my own data in there and plug it into those charts. So once you say make a copy, it's going to say, all right, what data do you want to go in here? So you're going to need to create what they call data sources in Google Looker Studio. You're going to hit this drop down, go down here to create data source, and you're going to choose Google Sheets. And you're just going to choose the sheet you just created, kvCORE contacts. If you can't find it in here, you can search for it, or you can just grab the URL from that Google Sheet and plug it in that way. But there it is. It should be at the top because we just made it. And hit connect. It's going to say, all right, cool. I'm pulling this stuff in. When I do that, this is the information you'll have. It's going to show you all this stuff. And this is what it's going to treat it as: text, numbers. Some of this is dates. You can go through here and double check stuff if you want. And really this just comes in, this becomes important. Counting numbers. For example, you want the cell phone to be treated as text because you don't want them to sum up a phone number because it's not a number. It's really just a piece of text, if that makes sense. Most of this already looks great. They do a great job of kind of nailing this on the first go. But if you ever have a problem with your report, it might be good to come in here and check and make sure what you think is getting treated as text is actually getting treated as text. Once you're good with that, hit add to report. There we go. So that is the Google Sheets. That's the first one. This second one is going to be your Google Analytics information. So if you have Google Analytics set up on your website, that's where you're going to go for that. You're going to hit this drop down, go to create data source, and plug in Google Analytics. Choose the website you're connecting. The property, I believe, is what it's called in Google Analytics, and hit connect. It's going to pull all that information. And because this is a Google app, Google Looker Studio, all this stuff is super easy to connect and add to these reports, especially the Google information. The last one is your YouTube information for this report. And YouTube, if you aren't familiar, is also a Google property. So again, super easy to plug in. You're just going to come down here to YouTube and add in the channel you want monitored, you want information from. There we go. And this is all set, ready to go. So there we go. I've specified my new data sources. These are the ones I have. And then I hit copy report. It's going to create a copy in my Google Looker Studio. And because it's now mine, I can edit it, I can change it, I can add additional information if I want, and it's super easy. So for example, maybe I don't use Google Analytics. I can just highlight this thing, hit delete, it's gone. Maybe I use something else. Maybe I want to add new data, and I can come on down here and select from any of these other data sources. Maybe I have a different Google Sheet with different information. Maybe information from my transaction manager like SkySlope. I could do that. Plug in some SkySlope information into my dashboard. That way I have all my CRM data, all my transaction management data on that single dashboard. Or they have cool stuff like, if you want, outside of the stuff that's free from Google because they're Google Sheets and YouTube and Google properties, there's companies that you can pay a little bit, not affiliated with us, totally separate, and they will bring in information from other parties like Facebook, Twitter, MailChimp, Instagram, all sorts of LinkedIn, all sorts of different places where you might be also doing business and you think it'd be great to just have information from my work in that other platform also right next to my kvCORE information. So definitely poke around in here. There could be a ton of stuff that'll help you that you could add to your dashboard. Again, this stuff, you pay a little bit to a separate company, somebody, not us. I think it says who the partner is. This stuff up here, the Google stuff, totally free from Google. They'll connect it for you. They'll do it. It's really easy to use. So there we go. I've now created my dashboard full of kvCORE information, YouTube information, Google Ads information, Google Analytics, anything I want, all on one page. That's it. That's all it takes. You're just going to connect kvCORE to Google Sheets, plug that Google Sheet into a Google Looker Studio template that we provide. It's below in the description. Just click the link and then make a copy. Don't forget to plug in that Google Sheet. your Google Analytics if you want it, and then your YouTube channel if you want that also. These reports are super flexible, so if you just want to massage it around a little bit and get the information that's most important for you to see every day, you can do it easily. Then you'll be able to go to one page every morning. You can even share that page with your team every day, have it up in the break room so that people know exactly how the business is doing. All decisions are easier to make, everything moves a lot faster, and you can create more deals. If you have any questions or need any assistance setting up this sync, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, and we're connecting the world's applications.